Hello world, today is July 9th, 2024. Now tomorrow is the appeal. Today's July 9th, tomorrow is July 10th. For Team DLZ faithful, thank you for standing by me. For people who are listening to this who have never heard of my channel before or never heard from me before, I'm a First Amendment auditor. I film police in their official capacity. I film police in over 30 states, hundreds of face-to-face interactions. The only place I've ever been arrested is in Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, I was arrested in Ohio, but that was for peacefully protesting. It wasn't for filming a cop. But Las Vegas, Nevada arrests journalists for filming them. So that's going to change over the next couple of years because I filed not one, not two, but I'll file 3 federal civil rights lawsuits against Clark County. So that is upcoming. But for tomorrow, we're looking at the appeals trial. I think it's called an appeal trial. It's an appeal hearing. I'm not sure. But tomorrow, the case should be overturned on appeal. Now, we had Ann Zimmerman in the Justice Court, if you could call it. I call Ann Zimmerman's court a kangaroo court. However, tomorrow is in the district court in front of Judge Michelle Levitt. Now, we filed an appeal. They failed to reply. We filed a reply to the reply. My attorney, Chris Orem, is an appellate attorney here in Las Vegas. He is one of the top appellate attorneys in all of Nevada. I would strongly recommend Chris. He showed up here. He's visited me. He takes all my phone calls. He's done everything that you would want your attorney to do. They always take my phone calls. And how many times do you try to call your lawyer and you can't get a hold of him, or they don't take your call, or you have no communication? That has not been the case with the attorney, Chris Orem, and his staff. They always take my phone calls. Chris's assistant will sit and talk to me on the phone for 15, 30 minutes at a time. I only get 15-minute blocks on the dungeon phone here. So if you're part of Team DLZ, you guys have counted down with me all the way where we're in the hundreds, and now it is tomorrow. Tomorrow is finally the day when we get to have the appeal. Thank God. Now, if you're just stacking it up, checkers, we have beat them. If you're stacking it up for chess, my attorney, Chris Orem, has outmaneuvered the district attorney on paper. The district attorney filed cases to try to prove time, place, and manner, which were an abysmal failure. The cases that the attorney, and I believe his name is Chen, the assistant district attorney, he filed cases that we have on the trifold and on the cop card that justify our right to film police. Even further, there is a Nevada revised code, 171.1233. 171.1233 actually says that citizens have the right to film police. However, in this particular case, I wasn't a citizen. I was a journalist. I came up. I informed Mr. Bork, who's being sued in federal district court. I informed him that I was a member of the press and that I was filming the stop. I further then told him, go get in your car, little doggy, and do your job, which is exactly what he should have done. He chose to get enraged and get mad that I called him a little doggy, and he retaliated against me. You know what? He's going to have some problems in federal court. I hope, as well, we're able to go around the judicial immunity of Ann Zimmerman and sue her personally because she was biased. During the trial, the cop said that there's some imaginary 21-foot rule that he learned in the police academy. There's no ordinance code or NRS code or statute that says there's a 21-foot rule. The biased and unprincipled Ann Zimmerman, she's decided to buy the 21-foot rule, and there is where the rubber meets the road. She knew better. She knew there was no 21-foot rule. She knew better. She'd researched my case. She'd watched my YouTube channel, biased and unprincipled. Now, we'll see what happens in the federal civil rights lawsuit. I don't know what is going to happen. We'll see. But today is a day that I've been waiting for 4 months. We finally are at the appeal hearing tomorrow. My feeling in my chest, in my heart, in my soul, I'm nervous, I'm anxious, I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm rightfully indignant. I have all of these feelings because I've been locked up, and it has been a hard, hard road. I'm not going to tell you it's been easy. It hasn't. The jail system, the policies, procedures, and protocols that are put in place here some of them have to be revised. Some of them have to be redone, reconsidered. I can't go into too much detail for different reasons, but there's some policies and procedures here that need to be changed. And so the feeling I have today is one of excitement. There have been a few people along the way who have supported me and backed me up continually, for you people, I want to say thank you. Thank you. Constantly putting $30, $40 on my books, $100 on my phone, sending me eye care gift packages. I'll call your names out when I get out of here and we do a live stream and I talk to everybody. But right now, I just want to focus for tomorrow and look at this finally, where we get the appeal hearing. Finally. I mean, you don't, unless you've been to jail. One of my supporters, one of my friends, really good friend of mine, we talk on the phone, and he was put in jail for an extended period of time. And he knows all the lingo. So just so you know, as we count it down to the hearing for the appeal tomorrow, it's not a 10-day countdown. It's 9 days and a wake-up. 9 days and a wake-up. So now I'm finally at a wake-up. Tomorrow I wake up and we get the appeal hearing. Now here's the really strange part. If we win the appeal tomorrow, there's 3 things that could happen. She could rule from the bench and say that the case is overturned. She can deny the appeal, or she can say she'll give her answer in writing when she's ready to post it. So that means that my jail term here ends around July 24th, July 23rd, 25th, somewhere in there. I have some good time in here, I'm not sure. But right around then, 22nd to 25th. Listen, I'm prepared to start the countdown over again after tomorrow, 14 more days. So I'm ready for that. I've already held my breath. You know how you're going to swim under the water? You're going to swim from one side of the pool to the other. You don't hold your breath for the halfway point. You hold your breath for the whole way under the water. And if you don't take a big enough breath where you hold your breath to go all the way underwater, you're going to pop up at the midway point and be really disappointed. So I'm prepared tomorrow for the judge to deny my appeal, and I'll sit in here for 14 more days. And that's the way it'll go. And I'm ready for that. However, on the flip side, if my appeal is granted, then I'm out of here within 24 hours of that appeal being granted. So let's hope and pray for the Team DLZ faithful, for those of you who have followed my journey. And listen, I'll be honest with you. Some of the things that I do and some of the ways that I speak and some of the things that I've done are going to slightly alter, because unless we get one of us into this horrifically bad, despotic government structure, unless we become a mayor or a governor or a state legislator, we can't change a damn thing. There was the Yale study that showed how much people have effect on changing government. The number one person who has the biggest effect on changing government is the person in the government. Now, we can go back to the Boss Tweed days and the Thomas Platt days in the beginning of the 20th century, where Republican bosses and Democratic bosses ran the entire show. They ran judges, they ran the House, they ran the Senate. But we're not there anymore. Things have changed. And so when I get out, I have to change just ever so slightly. And also, this is really cool. I can't go into detail, obviously. I don't want to talk about anything until it's done. But I've created some stuff while I was in here that will allow you, the public, people to become more involved in being journalists. And obviously I'm stuck in a bed for 16 hours a day. That's not rehabilitation. That's just making someone rightfully indignant. That's making people angry. You lay in a bed for 16 hours a day. So I took advantage of that time, and there were some certain individuals who sent me a bunch of books. If you guys sent me a book or an eye care gift package, your name didn't come on it. They don't tell me who sent it. So if you sent me a book or you sent me an eye care gift package, thank you. But there was a couple individuals who sent me books on the Constitution, on the Bill of Rights, on the Supreme Court justices, on the presidents, on the history of so many different things. And I sat and I studied those things over and over and over again. And I have mapped out a way for you to understand how despotic this government is and the reason why it is as despotic as it is. Remember, senators are elected with the 17th Amendment in 1913. We need to do the exact same thing with the Supreme Court. They need to be elected. And every time they make a bad decision, the people need to have the right to impeach them. The people need to have the right to impeach them. The judge, the biased and unprincipled Ann Zimmerman, the people should have a right to impeach her when she puts a journalist in jail for months on end. That's the way it should go. We need more power over the judiciary. The people do, by referendum, so we can impeach these bad judges. Because I don't wish Ann Zimmerman anything but a long, healthy life, but I want her to have to pay. have to pay out of her own pocketbook, and I want her to be able to be, I want us, the people, to be able to fire her from the bench. That's what I want to happen. And unfortunately, when I get out of here, I'm going to go straight at it. I'm going to go straight at it through the legal system and through media. I'm going to take on the power structure that is and try to change it through legislation, through federal civil rights lawsuits, and through the media. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to stop. You can say it with me. We don't stop. Put it in the comment section. We don't stop. Put it again. Someone puts it, you match it. We don't stop. Put it again. We don't stop. I go to court tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., district court. If you can make it, I would love for you guys to come. I would appreciate it. If you can't, that's okay too. Big shout out to all my friends, to all my supporters. I really appreciate you guys. You know, we were in the hundreds, and now we're down to 1. Tomorrow's the appeal. Thanks for your support. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.